The dreams of entire communities are tied to the success of their high school basketball teams. The Mater Monarchs and the Crenshaw Cougars, one undefeated and the other defending state champion. Two of the richest basketball traditions in the nation, with 7 state championships between them in the last decade. And now the months of preparation, hard work, dedication, and sacrifice finally pay off. 2 dominant teams in Southern California. One must be satisfied with second place. For the other, it's the realization of the dream. Tonight, KCAL Sports and the California Interscholastic Federation present the 1994 Southern California Division 1A Basketball Championship. Brought to you by Vons, the store you've been asking for. By Mountain Dew, get vertical with the power of dew. By Pacific Bell, providing telecommunication products and services for your home and business. By Pep Boys, for quality parts, accessories, and service, come to Pep Boys. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Nothing quenches that deep down body thirst better than Gatorade. And now live from the Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, it's the Crenshaw Cougars and the Mater Monarchs. Hi everybody, I'm Keith Erickson and welcome to the pond in Anaheim, the scene of tonight's big game between 2 of the best high school basketball teams in Southern California. Not only are these 2 teams recognized locally, but they're also recognized on a national basis. Coming into this ball game tonight, Mater Dei is ranked number 2 nationally and the Crenshaw Cougars ranked number 5. Joining me in the ball game tonight is one of the best high school basketball players ever to come out of Southern California. Went to Crenshaw High and then UCLA, 10 years in the NBA. My partner tonight is Marcus Johnson. Marcus, these 2 teams have been competing for years. It should be a great game tonight.
It is going to be a great game, Keith. It's the rematch. It's the game that all Southern California basketball fans have been waiting for.
Let's take a look at a couple of the Crenshaw players. And Marcus, one of them looks an awful lot like you. 2 of their forwards, Chris Johnson, your son, and Tremaine Folks.
It's kind of weird, Keith. You know, just this morning we were fighting over the last pancake at breakfast. Now I'm talking about him on television, but Chris, he has the big, strong, wide body. It's very tough to get around him in the low post. Also has a nice touch from the outside. It's really worked on his all-around games. But the key for Chris tonight is going to be to stay out of foul trouble. He's had some foul problems in the last 2 ball games. Tremaine Folks, also an outstanding player. I tell you, Keith, he's the greatest leaper I've ever seen on the high school level. Just a fantastic jumper, and I will buy you dinner tonight, Keith, if he doesn't turn this place out at least once with a spectacular dunk off a lob pass. Also some fine moves on the inside, an outstanding rebounder, and a very tenacious defensive player.
Now, when you talk about great leapers, Mater Dei sure has one, and he's only a freshman, Shea Cotton.
Yeah, well, everything I said about Tremaine Folks, ditto for Shea Cotton, except the dinner, of course. Shea Cotton, just an outstanding player. Look at those numbers, 20 points per game as a freshman. He had 6 dunks in his last ball game. This kid is just a tremendous player. He started the season out at St. John Bosco, transferred to Mater Dei, and just has really shined in this program. You can see the great footwork inside.
Now they've got a senior, Marcus, Miles Simon, who has been outstanding CIF Player of the Year last year.
Yeah, Miles Simon, he has great bloodlines. His dad, Walt Simon, was City Player of the Year at Roosevelt High School in the mid-'60s, and just a solid player at both ends of the floor. He really shoots the stand-still, spot-up Jay well, and also a fine defensive player, and he's leading the team in assists, so he knows how to give it up.
The Mater Dei Monarchs and the Crenshaw Cougars. We'll be back with introductions of the starting lineups in just a minute. CIF Southern California Championship is brought to you by the Toyota dealers of Southern California. We give you more for your money. By Unical 76. And by Carl's Jr., where the food is the star. Welcome back to the Arrowhead Pond in tonight's CIF Southern California Boys High School Basketball Championships. And now let's join Jack Roberts for the player introductions.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the players for tonight's game. Introducing first, the visiting Crenshaw High School Cougars. Number 10, Joel Hastings. Number 12, Dexter Cole. Number 14, Keith Davis. Number 21, Jamal Gay. Number 22, Damian Willis. Number 23, Monzois Williams. Number 25, Raymond Palmer. Number 31, Tyson Gill. Number 32, Travis Reed. And number 42, Leon Watson. And now the starting five for the Crenshaw Cougars. Starting at guard, a 5'8" senior, number 5, Tommy Davis. Starting at guard, a 6'6" senior, number 11, Reggie McFerrin. Starting at center, a 6'6" senior, number 24, Tremaine Folks. Starting at forward, a 6'5" junior, number 30, Ronnie Arch. Starting at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 54, Kriston Johnson. The head coach of the Crenshaw Cougars, Mr. Willie West. Introducing the non-starters for the modern-day Monarchs. Number 3, David Castleton. Number 5, Mike Cunningham. Number 10, Kevin Augustine. Number 11, Billy Glasser.
Let's go, Bill.
Number 30, Jeff Caulfield. Number 31, Mike Kerich. Number 33, Josh Porter. Number 42, Mike Waugh. Number 43, Tom Leopold. Number 20, Alec Foster. Number 54, Chris Burgess. And now the starting five for the modern-day Monarchs. Starting at guard, a 6'2" junior, number 22, Clay McKnight. Starting at guard, a 6'4" senior, number 34, Miles Simon. Starting at center, a 6'7" junior, number 35, Sean Jackson. Starting at forward, a 6'5" freshman, number 4, Shea Eaton. Starting at forward, a 6'6" senior, number 44. State championship athletic contests are conducted under the highest code of good sportsmanship and fair play. The officials are neutral men representing the CIF and have been selected.
And the officials for tonight's ball game, Ernest Kelly and Bobby Pultz, will be calling this ball game. And for Crenshaw tonight, Marcus.
Yeah, we take a look. Ronnie Arch is going to take the place of Leon Watson. Ronnie provides more scoring. We got folks at center: Chris Johnson, Tommy Davis, and Reggie McFerrin at the shooting guard.
And for the Mater Dei Monarchs,
Shea Cotton, Clay McKnight, John Jackson, Darren Height, and Miles Simon, the guy that makes this team go.
Those are some great matchups. What an outstanding ball game we should have tonight. Mater Dei and Crenshaw have won 7 of the last 10 state championships. Mater Dei 2, Crenshaw 5, including last year. And we're ready to get this ball game underway. Remember, Mater Dei 33-0 coming into this ball game. Crenshaw 27-2, number 5 nationally. Mater Dei number 2 nationally. And the tip comes over Reggie McFerrin. A quick 3, misses. Rebound inside, and a foul on the play. Darren Height picked up the foul, trying to keep Tremaine Folks off the boards.
Yeah, that's a tough job to do. Tremaine Folks, as I mentioned, a great leaper, but Reggie McFerrin, he'll take that open three-pointer as long as it's there, and Ronnie Arch will too.
They'll just keep on shooting them. And Shea Cotton high above everybody with the rebound. Clay McKnight, the coach's son, number 22 for Mater Dei, over to Miles Simon. And that's what the pressure will do all night long.
Yeah, Crenshaw likes to half-court press, three-quarter court press, full-court press. They'll press you out of the locker room, Keith. They want to make it an up-tempo game. They feel their depth will be a problem for Mater Dei.
And that's an interesting play right off the bat. First offensive play, bringing the ball down the floor. They throw it away. Willie West, 23 years he's been coaching at Crenshaw. Has done an outstanding job with this program over the years. Tommy Davis on the outside, around to Reggie McFerrin. Here's Chris Johnson, gets that shot off over anybody inside. Tremaine Folks missing a couple of easy shots. Miles Simon, no, that's Sean Jackson with the rebound.
Yeah, Tremaine Folks with another offensive rebound, just cannot get it to fall. Both teams a little tight. Sean Jackson there with the boards, and Ronnie Arch gets caught reaching in.
Clay McKnight bringing it down. Double pressure on the outside again. Here's Miles Simon. No good. Rebound, Chris Johnson. Tommy Davis brings it down in a hurry. The lob, and a good play by Miles Simon. Ronnie Arch with the basket. Crenshaw gets first blood, 2-0.
Yeah, that's one of the lob passes I was talking about. Tremaine Folks runs the floor extremely well. He and Tommy Davis have great eye contact on that play.
Crenshaw just picks up double teams. They never slow down during the ball game. Willie West's philosophy is to keep the pressure on, and at some point they're going to break. Miles Simon does a good job of taking that baseline throughout the night. We'll see that a lot. And he gets his first basket, first for his team. Lead pass, Tommy Davis, too high for Chris Johnson.
Yeah, that's a play Miles Simon just made at the other end. That he's really worked hard on his ball handling. Nice move here. Watch the spin move. Goes around Chris Johnson. Little bump in there, no foul. Nice put in by Miles Simon.
Miles Simon once again. Tommy Davis taking that ball to the basket. He doesn't shoot it very much. Reggie McFerrin comes up short again. Darren Height with the rebound. Simon brings it down. Cotton wide open underneath. The pass was a little late getting there. And there's Jackson with the offensive rebound, puts it back.
Now, the one problem in the Crenshaw press, they will give up a lot of layups. They like to commit that back guy to have him go for steals. He gambles a lot, and with a great leaper by Shea Cotton, you could be in for a long night.
They're going to get it inside there a lot. Boy, Chris Johnson knocked to the floor by Darren Height. I keep forgetting, Marcus, that's your son.
I don't.
I remember that dinner we've got going here, too. Tommy Davis again on the outside. Here's Ronnie Arch inside to Chris. He works so well inside, as you said, Marcus. Uses that big body real well.
Big body, he's got good soft hands, Keith, so he can pull in a lot of those passes that are thrown in areas where a lot of guys wouldn't be able to catch him.
Clay McKnight brings the ball up to Miles Simon. three. No good. Offensive rebound. Cotton taps and miss. And quickly down the floor again. And a big block from Jackson. Chris Johnson again. Good job on the offensive glass.
Nice block by Shea Cotton. Chris does a good job of staying with the play.
4-4 here early in the first quarter. Sean Jackson over to Miles Simon. Takes it inside to Shea Cotton. Goes up with great strength and that explosive leaping ability. Mater Dei on top. 6-6 now. Simon gets it in before he falls out of bounds. Okay, Cotton gets up in the air. Just a freshman, Marcus, all the confidence in the world.
A very good offensive player, Keith. That was kind of that leaner off the 1-foot move, and that's a shot you don't see a lot of pros make.
Ronnie Arch with the miss, and here they come, 2-on-1. Shea Cotton off balance. Throws up a shot he'd like to have back. Out of bound, Mater Dei ball. So with 4:16 remaining in the first quarter, Mater Dei has a 2-point margin, 8-6. Willie West looking on. Willie West went to Los Angeles City College and Cal State LA, where he got his Bachelor of Arts degree. Was hired at CRENSHAW as a coach. Bad pass. As a teacher in 1968, he started coaching the program in 1970. Chris Johnson takes that ball to the basket, knocked away. CRENSHAW's ball under their own basket.
Nice head fake by Chris out top. He had the medium range jump shot. He can shoot that shot. Probably took it a dribble or two too far in.
Right into the traffic. Tommy Davis again. Very quick little down. Chris from the corner comes up short. Ronnie Arch had an easy shot. Missed it once again. Not contested underneath. Gets the offensive rebound back up and in.
Yeah, both teams again are tight, taking shots and missing shots that they will normally make. That time Ronnie Arch there to put the air ball back in. Second attempt gets fouled right there on the push by Sean Jackson.
Well, you don't see that very often. He got the air ball, and right under the basket he threw another air ball up.
The double air ball, huh?
We've got a timeout on the floor with 3:52 remaining in the first quarter. 8-8. We'll be right back. Remaining in the first quarter. Neither team shooting very well, Marcus.
No, again, both teams are tight. CRENSHAW 28%, 4 for 14. Mater Dei a lot better, 44%, 4 for 9. But again, CRENSHAW, they don't mind their field goal percentage not being as high. They're a bulk shooting team. They want to get a bunch of shots up, Keith.
Get them up and just keep getting them up all night.
Yeah, a lot of possessions, keep pressuring the basketball, try and create a lot of turnovers, but it's going to be tough. Garrett McKnight, this guy does a great job last year. CRENSHAW and their press had a difficult time coming up with turnovers.
Gary McKnight wearing his Bobby Knight red sweater there for this ball game tonight. This is his 12th year at Mater Dei. What a tremendous program they have. Their motto this year is that dynasty continues. Shea Cotton, just 15 years old. Hard to believe he's a man amongst boys at only 15.
That is obscene. And this kid was dunking in the 7th grade at 12 years old. To let you know what kind of athleticism he possesses.
Marcus, when did you first start dunking? What grade were you in?
10th grade, about 15 years old, right? About the age Shea Cotton is right now. I got my first dunk.
Stolen, and Ronnie Arch puts it back in. There's that pressure again. They keep it on. And deflected. Jackson comes up with it over to Miles Simon. Into the lane, picked off again. Tommy Davis has got it. He takes it inside. Ronnie Arch doesn't hesitate with that shot. McFerrin back in. 4 in a row for CRENSHAW. They're up 13-8.
And again, it's the pressure, Keith, all over the place. They change up the defenses. They go 1-2-2, 1-3-1.
And this is what they end up with. Sometimes they'll give it up. Like that one to Shea Cotton.
Yeah, and a 1-2 dunk. That's one lob for Shea Cotton. 0 for Tremaine Folks right now, but a nice lob pass by Miles Simon.
Mater Dei has 10. Shea Cotton has got 6 of those 10. Johnson on the baseline, knocked away. CRENSHAW's ball. Just a moment ago, we had the alley-oop pass.
And there's Miles Simon, just lays it right on the money. All Shea has to do is go up and get it and throw it down.
And the position again on the inside. Chris Johnson has it. He's fouled as he takes it up. One of the keys to this ball game is Mater Dei can ill afford to get in foul trouble. Sean Jackson in particular, as he slaps down a lot during the ball games.
Yeah, that's the second foul on Sean Jackson. And Mater Dei, again, they don't have a lot of depth. They go about 8 deep, so that could pose a problem.
Could be a real big problem. Now, one of the other problems for Crenshaw that they've had over the year has been poor free throw shooting.
Yeah, they were a good free throw shooting team last year. Just when they got a bunch of seniors this year, they've already won one championship. I think complacency more than anything else to set in. They're just not practicing at it as hard as they should be.
Mike Parrish comes in, and Sean Jackson goes to the bench with 2 personal fouls. So now the size advantage really swings Crenshaw's way. Hyde has a tough time getting it inbounds. Miles Simon in the backcourt, double teamed as always. Parrish bringing it into the front court. Clay McKnight shoots the threes real well. 50% three-point shooter this year. Hyde cross-court pass deflected. McKnight with the shot. That's 3.
Gary McKnight made 90 out of 179 threes this year. That's good for 50%. An outstanding shooter.
Pass inside to Chris Johnson again, using his size in there. Simon with the rebound. It's a 3-on-2. Takes it all the way to the basket.
That's the improved ball handling I was talking about with Miles Simon. It just really opens up this game, opens up that standstill jump shot we can put on the floor and take it aggressively to the basket.
Mater Dei takes the lead now. This 6-0 run. Inside again to Chris Johnson. He can get that ball in there, it seems, all night long. It's good. He's got 7. Eric in the backcourt to McKnight. The coach's son out on the floor. That's a tough pass into Shea Cotton inside, knocked away. Darren Height with the ball. He's a scrapper. He'll do that all night long. Good shot inside.
It's funny, Keith. Chris Johnson, J.R. Henderson, Darren Height that just made the basket, and Miles Simon all played together as 9th and 10th graders in an off-season team, so they know each other very well.
What a team. Ronnie Arch, he got a 3.
And Ronnie Arch can fill it up quickly. He's had games where he's knocked down 7 3-pointers in one game.
He's already got 10 points in this ball game. Mater Dei trailing Crenshaw by 2, 19-17. We've got a substitution coming in. Leon Watson. And we've got a technical foul. We got Gary McKnight, the coach, Mater Dei. He's claiming that he was pointing to his players, and the official saying that he was pointing to him. That's a technical foul.
Yeah, we've got 2 good ones, Ernest Kelly and Bobby Post, 2 fine veteran officials. And I guess he thought Gary McKnight was out of the coach's box. He was near half court. But, you know, you really hate to see the officials have an effect on the outcome. It's still early, so it may not be an effect on the outcome, but let these 2 teams decide it on the court.
I don't think that Gary McKnight is very happy about that call.
So he's trying to find out where the box is. And apparently he was a good 2 or 3 feet over on the wrong side of it. But you know, that's a call sometimes enforced, sometimes not. Sometimes you see coaches go out onto the floor and talk to players and talk to refs.
Sure do. Well, at least they know, both coaches know what the standard is now.
And Gary McKnight does a great job of getting his team in condition. They have just a torturous preseason conditioning program, and they feel like that's a big reason for their success.
They, like Crenshaw, a good defensive team. They don't pick up all over the floor. Chris Johnson with 2 free throws. He's now got 9 points. Crenshaw leading by 4 with 1:06 to play in the first quarter, 21-17. Ball inbounded right in front of us. A couple of substitutions for Crenshaw. Keith Davis comes in for Tommy Davis. Williams is down inside. Reggie McFerrin. Damian Willis. And Leon Watson. Air ball from the side. Offensive rebound put up. No good. Monzois Williams over the back picked up the foul.
Yeah, again, both teams extremely tight. Reggie McFerrin with the air ball. That's about the 3rd or 4th air ball today that Crenshaw has shot. Monzois Williams with a good offensive rebound, but he blows a layup inside. And then with this eagerness to get the ball back, fouls Darren Height. both teams have got to settle down and start making the shots that they normally make.
Number 25 into the game for Crenshaw. Parrish looking for somebody to pass it to. Gets it up court. It's a 2-on-1. Lob pass. Even Shea Cotton couldn't catch that one.
Manute Bol couldn't have got a hold of that one.
4 turnovers now for Mater Dei. 3 for Crenshaw here in the first quarter. Keith Davis handling the ball on the outside. Nobody to pass it to, so he puts it up very quickly. Shea Cotton goes above everybody to get the rebound. Kind of a sloppy, underhanded pass out to Miles Simon, but it got there. Plenty of net trailed by 2 of the Crenshaw defenders. Seems like there are 2 defenders on every offensive player for Mater Dei. Big block, Leon Watson on Shea Cotton.
And that's what Leon Watson does best. One of the leaders in the city area in block shots. Just the long arm, 6'8". Here he is. Shea Cotton floats in the air. There's Leon. He blocked that with his elbow.
He sure did. He didn't even have to use his hand on that one. He was up so high.
And he was weak side to the play. A lot of times you have a better angle to block the shot if you're a man removed from the guy taking the shot.
Quick 3, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. Crenshaw leads Mater Dei 21-17. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a minute. Brought to you by your California Jeep and Eagle dealers and by Home Base, ready to help. Just beginning the second quarter here. Miles Simon with the ball. Crenshaw has brought what looks like just about their whole starting unit back in there. And Height takes it to the basket, blocked by Leon Watson, but there's a foul on the play. Like Watson got caught.
Yeah, it looked like a good block with the arms, but he caught him with the body as Height really made an aggressive move. First quarter stats, field goals, Mater Dei, 8 out of 15. Crenshaw's improved a bit, 8 for 23. 3-point field goals, both teams not shooting that well, about even in turnovers.
8 out of 23. They don't care, though. They just keep putting it up.
It's the quantity theory.
It's see how many you can get. Height, good form shooting that free throw. Height is an unusual athlete, student athlete. He's got a 4.6 grade point average. All of the classes he takes are accelerated. He's going to go to an Ivy League school. He looks like an Ivy League kind of guy, doesn't he?
He sure does. Garen's a great kid, though. Real outgoing, real ebullient.
Unkempt. 4 free throws are good. He's got 4 points in the ball game. Mater Dei now 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Crenshaw 4 out of 5. Mater Dei is within 2. Crenshaw's up 21-19 with 7:35 to go in the first quarter.
Mater Dei's gone to a 2-3 zone. He started the game out man-to-man.
Chris Johnson, who does most of his work inside, takes that shot from the outside, misses it. He's got confidence in that shot. Willie West doesn't mind seeing him shoot it out there. McKnight over to Miles Simon. Shea Cotton gets that ball knocked away, and here comes Crenshaw again. Tommy Davis up and back to Davis. Forced that shot a little bit, and there's a jump ball.
They just can't seem to get the timing down. Tommy Davis and Tremaine Folks on the lob play. That's a play there that they can usually execute in their sleep, but that time Tremaine wasn't able to come down with it. Almost created a turnover. As we look at Kevin Augustine, a freshman, 5'8" tall, just an outstanding ball handler and super quick.
And a super leaper. Augustine at 5'8", won a slam dunk contest earlier in the year and brought the house down. Tommy Davis on the outside running the attack for the Cougars of Crenshaw. Their royal blue and gold uniforms, taking their time until Ronnie Arch gets it. Farron with the rebound. Good no-look pass inside to Chris Johnson. Using his size, takes it right to the basket.
Yeah, good rebound, chased down by Reggie McFerrin, and a nice feed inside to Chris, who makes the move on the baseline.
Chris has got 11 points, 23-19. Crenshaw leading Mater Dei here in the second quarter. Simon baseline again, takes it to the basket. Ronnie Arch with the rebound. And a foul on the play.
was a nice drive on the baseline by Miles Simon. Goes by Tommy Davis. Tremaine folks there to try and take the charge. Ref feels it's a flop. Ronnie Arch, good extension on the rebound, and Shea Cotton just comes down on the shoulder. The obvious foul. He's got to stay out of foul trouble, Shea Cotton. Again, Mater Dei is not that deep, so they can't afford for another one of the big guys. Sean Jackson is already out. They can't afford for Shea Cotton to go to the bench also.
Cotton got his first personal foul. Good pass inside to Folks. Had a good shot. Missed it. Karish with the rebound. Augustine brings it down in a hurry. There's the double team again. Underneath, wide open. Cotton open momentarily. And with great strength as he's fouled, gets that ball to go.
And that's a great play at both ends of the floor by Cotton. At the defensive end, he was able to change Tremaine Folks' shot. At the offensive end, good head fake. And now the nice soft touch after being belted on the elbow by Tremaine Folks.
Cotton looked like he had eyes in the back of his head to know that there were two guys coming by to take a swipe at him.
But that's a tough shot, Keith, especially for a freshman. You got two guys, you're getting contact inside to go up strong and then finish it off with a soft touch. That's a nice combination.
You bet. And Miles Simon with a terrific pass from the sideline, hitting Cotton down low. Cotton's got 9 points in the game. CRENSHAW with a 1-point lead, 23-22. Over the top again. There's the double team help. Darren Height comes over and shuts it down. Tommy Davis with one of his rare attempts from the outside. Hits it for 3.
Well, that's not really a shot that Tommy looks to take often, but he can knock it down.
Quickly that ball has moved down the floor behind the back pass. And it's deflected out of bounds. Mater Dei gets possession. Mike Karish coming back in the ball game for Darren Height.
I think the officials are doing a fine job, Keith. I never thought I'd say that in the basketball game, but they're doing a good job. A lot of flops going on, some incidental contact. They're doing a good job of regulating this basketball game. Got my plug in.
No, you never talked that way when you were playing. Augustine steps on the line. That's a turnover. That's number 6 for Mater Dei.
What a future does this guy, Gary McKnight, have with this Mater Dei team? Freshman Kevin Augustine, freshman Shea Cotton, and a couple other young players who are really talented.
3 of the top freshmen in Southern California. Folks goes up with Shea Cotton. Cotton picks up his 2nd personal foul. That's not a good sign for Mater Dei. Good pass inside. Folks gets the ball, goes around the one defender and takes it right to Shea Cotton. Cotton has got to be very, very careful now with 2 personal fouls.
Gary McKnight, I don't think he's going to take any chances. He's got to get him out of there. He doesn't want his star, his baby all-star, to get in foul trouble with 3 personals in the first half.
Josh Porter comes into the game, replacing Shea Cotton. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is KCAL-TV Channel 9, Los Angeles.
CRENSHAW with 5:23 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Leading Mater Dei 27, make that 28-22.
They have not been able to pull away. Mater Dei always seems to find a way to get themselves back in the game.
When they get the ball down the floor in a hurry like that, Chris Johnson moving a little bit. Got caught with the blocking foul. Pretty tough for a big guy like Chris to move over and get in front of a little guy, a little quick guy like Augustine.
Yeah, the referee just is not going to buy it. He's looking at the sizes of the 2 players. 5'8", 140, ringing wet, and Chris Johnson 6'5", 225. No way in the world the ref's going to believe that Kevin Augustine can bowl over Chris Johnson.
Now, I don't want you to change your mind about the officials after seeing that last call.
Not yet.
Not yet. Karish on the outside. Over to Glenn McKnight. He can shoot it from there. It was a 3-point attempt.
And that was a 3.5-pointer. That was an NBA 3-pointer.
Sure was. Right on that 23-foot line.
Yeah, but he's a fine shooter. Again, 50% from the 3-point line. That is outstanding. That's like 70, 75% from 2-point range with the extra point.
Tommy Davis. Cross-court pass. McFerrin inside the Folks. Over the back.
That's 3 on Sean Jackson, I believe.
Or else Josh Porter might have picked that one up. Yeah, that's a break for Mater Dei. Instead of Sean Jackson getting that foul, Josh Porter, who just came in for Shea Cotton, picked up the personal. Darren Height comes back. Mike Karish goes to the bench for Mater Dei.
Now Miles Simon has re-entered the game. He has some type of bandage around his knee. It looked like he took a fall and might have We've got an abrasion on the knee area, but he's the guy that's got to carry this team offensively, either with his drives or outside shooting.
That was the 17th foul, so it's a penalty situation. Jermaine Folks makes the free throw. Crenshaw now 7 out of 8 from the free throw line. And Mater Dei 3 of 3.
Jermaine Folks has a nice touch from the outside. Willie West doesn't let him shoot a lot of outside jumpers. He wants him to operate inside, but I think before his career is over as a collegiate player, he's going to be a fine outside jumper.
Willie West was telling me he can shoot it out there. He said, but not here.
Yeah,
he's going to shoot it inside for us.
But you don't want to take him too far away from the boards.
Boy, that's a terrific defensive play by Folks, getting that ball from behind. McFerrin on the break. And knocked out of bounds by Clay McKnight. And they give it a foul to Clay McKnight.
I don't know, from this angle, it looked like McKnight got all ball, and the ball got all of his body. I didn't see much physical contact. We'll get a lot better look at it here as Reggie McFerrin takes it to the basket, and it's almost like Reggie's leg runs up the back of Clay McKnight. McKnight gets the foul.
4:47 remaining in the second quarter. 1-on-1. First one is missed by McFerrin. Rebound to Clay McKnight. Darren Height with the lead pass. Inside, Sean Jackson's got it. He's got 4 points.
Yeah, that's the key for Mater Dei. If they could get the ball on a lob like that over that back line of defense for Crenshaw, they can score a lot of easy baskets.
Tommy Davis almost left that pivot foot. Nice rebound by Sean Jackson. Jermaine Folks coming down, couldn't get it away from him. Good job by Jackson getting it out to Height. They control the ball. Mater Dei down by 6 with 4:14 to go in the second quarter. Jackson takes it to the basket. He's fouled.
As I mentioned earlier, Crenshaw has had 5 6-point leads early in the game. As we look at the replay here, Sean Jackson, nice catch inside, good up fake. You can tell this team is well coached. Their players are very good at inside of getting the defense to leave their feet, and that's a cardinal sin. It's nothing you can do when you're in the air. You're at the mercy of the offensive player.
Ronnie Arch, number 30 in the blue, picked up that his second personal foul. Oh, Marcus, so many times we've seen here in the first half that lead pass coming over the top and getting down the floor before the defenders could get there.
Again, they really extend their defense. They do a lot of gambling. They'll shoot their center or their backline guy up to half court to try and steal a pass. And if you can throw that first pass over the first 2 walls of defense, you're going to get a 2-on-1 situation.
Damian Willis, number 22 for Crenshaw, and Raymond Palmer, number 25, into the ball game. And Travis Reed, a freshman, 6'5", 210-pound freshman. Damian Willis comes up short, gets the offensive rebound, puts it back up and good.
Damian Willis does a good job of following his own missed shot. He's a really hard worker on defense with very quick feet.
Knight getting it down in a hurry and bringing it back out. Darren Height. Palmer all over McKnight, finally picks up the foul. Willie West didn't like the play. He's not yelling at the official. He's yelling at his youngster Raymond Palmer on that play.
And with good cause, just a trip right there by Palmer, just too aggressive. 1-and-1 for Clay McKnight. He got away with the first foul call. We heard the Mater Dei fans kind of going in an uproar, and then the referee was paying a little closer attention. No way he's going to miss the second one.
It was like Palmer wasn't going to let him get away, get him out of his grasp. He was going to foul him no matter what.
Yeah, I played with his dad, Ray Palmer Sr., back in 1973. We won a city championship together.
We got a penalty situation. McKnight makes the first one. Mater Dei 6 out of 6 from the free throw line.
Mater Dei doing a good job of keeping this game close. It's a 5-point game now. Crenshaw cannot pull away.
Down to 4, 3:37 to play in the second quarter. McFerrin, as that ball gets down the floor quickly, another air ball. Willis gets it up and in. Another good follow by Damian Willis. Sean Jackson throws that ball right to Tommy Davis. Davis had the jump shot, wouldn't take it.
I guess it has to be a 3-pointer. But it's a smart play by him. He's going to back it out. Didn't want to rush the shot. They're going to set up their offense.
Let's see what they end up with.
Turnover. Should have shot it.
That's right. Second guess. Hindsight always helps. Miles Simon has a mismatch with Tommy Davis guarding him. Darren Height traveled as he took that ball into the lane. That's a turnover. That's the 9th for Mater Dei. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 2:56 remaining in the second quarter. Crenshaw leading Mater Dei 34-28. We'll be right back. His table, huh? Like father, like son. You were the player of the year in the city back in 1973, and your son Chris, 93 and 94. 20 years later, he duplicates the feat.
Yes, he did, and very proud of him. He's worked extremely hard. He started out at Montclair Prep, a small private school in the Valley, and just showed tremendous talent. As he looks over here and gives me a wink right now. But just a joy as a father, as you can imagine, to see his son excel.
Chris is one of 9, make it now 10 city players of the year that Willie West has had at Crenshaw High. That's another air ball. Chris has got the rebound, puts it up and in. He's got 13 points to go along with his 4 rebounds. 2:40 to play in the second quarter. Crenshaw's up 36-28. Simon with a beautiful pass inside. Shea Cotton wide open under the basket. I'm not sure that's the way that defense is designed. A lot of pressure, but not to leave a guy open right there.
They rely on their quickness, but again, you got a great leap under there who can finish off that shot. He's going to get some scoring opportunities.
Davis picks up the foul. We're in the penalty situation. Miles Simon will go to the line. For that play a moment ago is a beautiful pass from Simon.
And watch the reverse dunk as he looks right at Tremaine, folks. Here it is again, Miles Simon with a nice find underneath, and Shea just so easy, just so effortless. It's a crime. A young guy jumping that easy, Keith. Can you believe it?
15 years old.
I got to check his driver's license.
I'm the same height. I could barely dunk when I got to be 21.
And I barely started dunking at 15, so it just shows just how good he is going to be.
What a tremendous young man.
He's the future of LA basketball.
And he's got great parents. He's got a great attitude. Gary McKnight just has high praise for this youngster, Shea Cotton. There's that leaper you were talking about.
Whoop, there it is. He's got to get himself on track. He's had not a great offensive game so far, but he's going to light it up.
John Jackson almost lost control of that ball, but let the 2 defenders go by. Made a nice shot.
Yeah, well, he did it the easy way. We saw 2 spectacular dunks, but 2 points is 2 points.
Folks doesn't get the offensive rebound. Clay McKnight comes out of the traffic with it. Simon out to Clay McKnight. Cotton will shoot it out there. Except when he's double teamed. That's a 3. He's got it.
They are right back in it. 2-point ball game. Clay McKnight. Nice spot up 3-pointer. You better get to him in a hurry. He can shoot it.
38-36. Crenshaw leading. 1:14 to go in the second quarter. 3 seconds in the lane. That's Tremaine Folks. Turnover. Number 6 for Crenshaw.
Mater Dei playing good, solid defense. Not allowing Folks to post up inside. He's moving back and forth across the lane. He's only got 3 seconds. He's got to get out of there.
We saw Willie West just a moment ago. As we look at the turnovers, 9 for Mater Dei. Make that 10. 6 for Crenshaw.
Give it up.
Yeah, the guy was coming behind him. That worked out well.
I'm saying give it up. He's saying, I'm going to the hole, Dad.
That's right. The heck with you. He's got 15 points. Why does he have to give it up? Crenshaw, 40-36 as this second quarter ticks away. We're down to 44 seconds. Shea Cotton wants a shot. Folks is not here and blocks it again, but there's a foul. 2-shot foul. Folks or McFerrin?
I think Reggie McFerrin on the reach inside. And Tremaine Folks getting pumped up. Here's the freshman. Here's the senior. Both great leapers. Folks with the block. John Jackson, the garbage underneath. Folks with the block. But again, a foul by Reggie McFerrin on the reach.
39.8 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Mater Dei 36, Crenshaw 40. Shea Cotton going to the bench to make sure he doesn't get any more fouls here in the last 39 seconds of his second quarter. Jackson missing that free throw. John Jackson has 8 points in the ball game.
Played a very sound basketball game. Both teams shooting 80% from the free throw line. But John Jackson, a nice up fake inside with a banger, a blue-collar worker.
The substitution, Darren Height comes in for Sean Jackson again. Jackson going to the bench, make sure he doesn't pick up his third personal foul here in the second quarter. Tommy Davis brings the ball down the floor. Marcus, 34 seconds. You think they'll wait to get the last good shot of the quarter?
I think they'll take the first good shot that they see.
First shot, they get a chance. Well, that didn't work out the way Coach West wanted it to. Gary McKnight now has an opportunity to run down to get the last shot. Parrish gets it back out to McKnight. Mater Dei with 12 seconds to go in the quarter. They'll set up for the last shot.
This is where you want the ball. Miles Simon in his hand.
That was a long shot from downtown. Tommy Davis better shoot it. Not in time. So that's the end of the first half, and it was a beauty. Crenshaw's biggest lead was 36-28. It's now 40-37 as Willie West contemplates what to do here in the third quarter. We'll be back with our halftime activities right after this.
Hey, fellas, can you tell me...
California Division 1A Boys Basketball Championship is Crenshaw 40, Mater Dei 37. There were a number of other championships decided here at the Pond today, including the girls Division I final between defending state champion Linwood and Fresno's Clovis West High. The game took place just before this one. Here's a quick look at some of the action. It was the defending state champions, the Linwood Lady Knight. Congratulations for their big win earlier tonight. Let's take a look at the scores from some of today's other action as we go to break. East Bakersfield 80 over Inglewood 65, and Woodridge beat Alamany 46-41. Pacifica 60, University of San Diego 55, and Brea Olinda girls 67, the Newport Harbor 39. And we'll be back with more activity here at halftime in just a minute. And what a beautiful arena this is. Crenshaw is leading Mater Dei 40-37 at the end of the first half. Marcus, any surprises for you in the first half?
Not really. It's a lot like last year's ball game. As a matter of fact, Keith, Crenshaw maintained a 5 to 7 point lead most of the game. Mater Dei made a late run when they employed a 1-3-1 trapping defense to get back into it, but so far it's gone just about as last year's game, and it's been a good one. We've seen some exciting plays.
Crenshaw was ahead by 5 last year at the half. At the end of 3 quarters, they were up by 2. Your son Chris made a pretty big basket at the end of that ball game to win the game last year in this state championship.
Yeah, it was funny. I was down in Tucson, Arizona on assignment with UCLA. Caught the first plane I could back to Los Angeles. Hustled down to the sports arena. Got there just as I was getting there. The fans were running out talking about, congratulations, Chris did it, Chris did it. I said, did what? They told me he hit the finger roll at the buzzer, but that's a shot. After I watched it on tape, Keith, that was the first time in his career that he'd ever taken that shot, and it just so happened that he made it.
The finger roll.
The finger roll going to the left.
He saved it for the right time, didn't he?
He sure did.
Crenshaw ended up winning that ball game by 2 points. They shot 46% to 33 for Mater Dei in that game. Chris ended up with 17 points. One of the big reasons that we at Channel 9 are able to bring you the excitement that goes along with high school athletics is the continued support of our sponsors. Vons is an integral supporter of the CIF, and here with a special presentation is Olympic gold medalist and consultant to the CIF, Bob Seagren.
Thank you. You know, corporate support is very important for the continued success of high school athletics in our state. California has been very lucky. We produce many great athletes like you're watching here tonight. But Californians are well represented at major universities and colleges throughout the country. Many Californians are on our Olympic team and at the professional level. And this doesn't happen just by chance. It happens because of the strong leadership provided by the CIF over the past 80 years to make sure that high school athletics are conducted in a safe and rewarding fashion. We're very fortunate to announce tonight a new corporate partnership program that will guarantee the continued athletic heritage that California has experienced and to make sure that much needed dollars go into our local high school athletic budgets. Here to present a check tonight to the CIF on behalf of the Vons companies is Claudia Reich, Vice President of Sales, who will present a check to Commissioner of the CIF, Mr. Tom Burns.
Good evening. I'm delighted to be here tonight representing Bonds. We are proud to be the first retail sponsor for CIF. We're going to be promoting and donating money to the program through the sale of our Country Hearth Bakery products. So you look for these logos on all the bread and the cookies in the stores. And here's our first check for $25,000 to Mr. Burns from the CIF.
We'd like to thank Bonds very, very much. We believe we have a great bunch of kids out here, don't we? And we'll be able to use this money in order to promote the type of programs that you see here tonight, to promote the interscholastic athletic program, not only here, but throughout the California and all the sports. And for Bonds to step forward and to do this type of work on behalf of our schools in such a leadership role is greatly appreciated. And again, I would like to thank our new sponsor, Bonds. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, Claudia. Well, I think we're ready to have some more exciting basketball. So, Keith and Marcus, I bet you wished you were out here, huh?
Thank you, Bob Seagren, and boy, on behalf of all the athletes in the CIF, we offer our thanks to Bonds for being involved. We'll be back with the first half highlights and stats right after this. 40-37 at halftime. Let's take a look at the leading scorer for Crenshaw. Someone close to your heart, Marcus.
Yeah, this is the catch, spin, and power move. Again, he has nice hands inside. Ball slapped at by Miles Simon, but strong hands. He's able to finish off the play. Chris doing an outstanding job. 15 points, 6 out of 11 from the field. Crenshaw here, Chris Johnson with 15, Ronnie Arch 10. They had 21 out of Crenshaw's first 23 points. Tremaine Folks with 6 points. He's got to get it going. From Mater Dei, it's been Shea Cotton. The freshman lives up to his billing. A spectacular reverse dunk off the feed from Miles Simon. And as with Tremaine Folks from Crenshaw, Miles Simon just 5 points. So he's the guy averaging 21 points a game. He's got to have a big second half for Mater Dei to win.
We're ready to pick up the action. You named it, Marcus, with Miles Simon and with Tremaine Folks at only 6 and 5 points. And McFerrin with the steal and blocked by Simon. Tommy Davis gets the ball inside. Smallest man on the floor right now, and the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, but great hustle by Miles Simon. Most guys would have given up on the play. He stayed with the play and was able to block a shot. And we see a 5-second call. Good pressure by the Cougars.
Gary McKnight doesn't like what he sees happening here at the beginning of this third quarter, much like the beginning of the first quarter when they came out, turned the ball over right off the bat. Ronnie Arch will inbound the ball for Crenshaw. Out on the floor, it's Chris Johnson inside where he likes to get that ball. And Tremaine Folks picks up the foul. For Crenshaw, it's Folks, McFerrin, Johnson, Tommy Davis, and Ronnie Arch. Halftime statistics look like this.
Mater Dei shooting 50% from the field. Crenshaw 41. That's up from 28. I wish they started the game. The rebounds, Crenshaw with a slight edge. Both teams shooting by the same free throws. Mater Dei committed 3 more turnovers.
And Gary McKnight doesn't like what he sees out on the floor. He calls a quick timeout. So we'll take a commercial break. 7:34 remaining in the third quarter. It's Crenshaw 42, Mater Dei 37. Crenshaw is leading Mater Dei by 5, 42-37, with 7:34 remaining here in the third quarter. A couple of key things we need to keep our eyes on as we look at Chris Johnson, leading scorer in the ballgame with 15 points tonight. He had 17 last year. Led everybody in scoring in that ballgame that Crenshaw won on a shot by Chris right at the end. Miles Simon with only 5 points needs to score some points here in the second half. And Tremaine Folks for Crenshaw with only 6. And I think that Mater Dei really needs to watch their fouls. They've got to stay out of foul trouble and start getting a couple of shots to go down for Miles Simon like that.
Nice move by Miles Simon. It wasn't a very good start in the second half. They had 2 turnovers, were forced to call their second timeout, but that time Miles was able to finish the play.
Tremaine Folks inside, missed an easy one, got the offensive rebound, and the putback is good. He's got 8.
Yeah, these were the two guys we talked about at halftime that had to step up their scoring, and they're right on cue.
So 2 guys to score for their respective teams. Shea Cotton, one-on-one with Folks, would like to take it to the basket and jam. Ronnie Arch comes over to help out. He picked up the foul as Shea Cotton put on a pretty nice move to take that baseline and go to the basket with strength.
It was an interesting thing here, Keith, is that Shea Cotton is a lefty. His nickname is Southpaw, so they're going to force him right. Well, he loved it. He went to the right strong and with authority. Here you see him again, and he wasn't going for the dunk, but a nice floating shot past Ronnie Arch drew the foul.
Ronnie Arch comes up with his 3rd personal foul as Shea Cotton gets a pair. He's up short on the first. 9 out of 12 is Mater Dei. Cotton with 11 points in the game, averaging a couple of ticks over 20 this year and over 9 rebounds a game. Can you imagine that at 15 years old?
The future of Southern California basketball, and that's just a poor blockout on the part of Crenshaw on that free throw.
Well, that should never happen. McFerrin misses the 3. Mike Parrish had the offensive rebound and score at the other end off of the missed free throw. Crenshaw leading 44-41. That's Ronnie Arch. He picks up his 4th personal foul.
That's going to hurt Crenshaw. Arch had 10 points in the first half, and just no reason in the world to foul that far out on the court. And surprisingly, Willie West is going to leave him in there. Not so surprisingly, here comes Damian Willis.
Tremaine Folks comes out as Leon Watson replaces him. Damian Willis replaces Ronnie Arch. Just got his 4th. Willie West didn't like that call. Didn't like that foul. Clay McKnight to Miles Simon. He's got to get it going. Missed the 3. Shea Cotton and Chris Johnson tied up. Possession arrow goes to Crenshaw.
Nice battle inside between the 2 big guys from Crenshaw and Mater Dei. Here they are. Both of them airborne, both battling for the basketball. Good call by the official.
Just had a little bit of arm at the end of that play.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. No complaints. Reggie McFerrin's in the basket. Nice move, and Leon Watson had it right there and missed the shot. That's a big play. Leon Watson had the offensive rebound right at the rim and missed the shot. Damian Willis came up with the foul. Reggie McFerrin looked like that ball was going to go down, and Watson was right there.
Just cannot get it to drop, and Leon Watson, that's a follow shot that he should have made. Foul committed, though, by Damian Watson. Too aggressive trying to get the steal off the rebound.
Simon one-on-one. Gets it inside to his teammate Sean Jackson, and Leon Watson kicks it out of bounds. Mater Dei will inbound the ball.
What's interesting, Keith, is that Crenshaw presses the whole game on high school courts, which are shorter and not as wide. So they're a little bit fatigued trying to run on this professional side.
That's a good point, Marcus. Miles Simon over to Clay McKnight can shoot it out there from long distance. And Jackson won't. Miles Simon will. He got it for 3.
And that ties up the ball game. Miles Simon starting to come alive from the outside.
That's a very tough pass picked off. Simon's got it. Nice pass to Cotton. Oh, he just misses. The Mater Dei bench can't believe that Cotton missed that shot, but he was fouled, and he'll get a pair of free throws.
Again, it's a longer court, a lot of pressure by Crenshaw. He's got to be a little tired, a little leg weary. This is a shot that Shea would probably dunk under normal circumstances. And listen to this Mater Dei crowd as Miles Simon gets him fired up. Nice bounce pass by Miles inside. There's the foul. There's a shot that just won't go down for the freshman Shea Cotton.
Mater Dei with a chance to take the lead. Shea Cotton has 11 points this evening. And a pair of free throws right now. He gets that one. He's 1 for 3 from the free throw line. That was his 12th point, going for 13. He's got it. Travis Reed in for Crenshaw.
Now Mater Dei picking up their pressure on defense.
McFerrin again. He just keeps on shooting, and he got it from 3.
He's not going to stop. You know, he's been hot and cold all year long, a streaky shooter, but when he gets it going, he can shoot it with the best of them. I guess he's got to shoot enough until he finally does.
I started to say that's what he gets paid for, but these high school players, they don't get paid for it yet. But they're not supposed to, are they? Clay McKnight can shoot it from out there. Tommy Davis misses. Big rebound by Jackson. Loses control. Chris Johnson with the spin move twice. And the shot. Marcus, did you teach him that?
No. I'm just enjoying it right now, Keith. Just a double spin. Nice shot by Chris to avoid, nice move by Chris to avoid the defenders. And he's got that look on his face, which really pumped up there. He avoids the one steal by Simon, the next steal by Height, and a nice soft touch on the shot.
Great play by Chris. He's excited. He should be. He's got 17 points in the ball game. Crenshaw back on top, 49-46, 4:30 to play in the third quarter. Parrish over to Simon. Tommy Davis gets picked off. A big screen by Jackson. And we've got Parrish
away from the basketball.
Illegal screen. Gary McKnight didn't like the call. He's offering a little advice to the officials.
Telling them some nice eating spots down here in Orange County, no doubt.
That's right. Helping them out a little bit. They said they're not hungry. Damian Willis cutting through the lane. McFerrin cutting out is Tommy Davis. Passing it over to Willis. Around the horn. Tommy Davis thought about it for a second. Cross-court pass is a tough one. Travis Reed shoots the ball pretty well. And Mater Dei gets possession.
Yeah, Tommy Davis over dribbling in the corner. But Travis Reed, this freshman, shot the ball. He's a fine player. Going to be another tremendous one like Shea Cotton, just a youngster, 14 years old.
That was right in front of the Crenshaw bench. Reggie McFerrin was putting pressure on Clay Knight in the backcourt. McKnight just fell back, and Willie West can do nothing but smile. Let's see if we can pick it up. See if he did foul him a little bit here, Marcus.
He's got his foot. His left foot was on the foot of Clay McKnight's right foot. The old boxing move. They're going toe-to-toe, baby. Good call by the ref.
Ref was right on top of it. That was a good call. 3:52 to play. Third quarter. Crenshaw, 49. Mater Dei, 46. Simon coming to light. Sean Jackson inside. Good move in between the two Crenshaw defenders.
That's what happens when you post up, when you front that post up down low and don't have good backside help.
That help's got to get there in a hurry. It was late coming over. Chris, once again, he can get that shot inside on guys much bigger than he is. Good defensive play by Chris Johnson, knocking that ball away from Cotton. McKnight makes the shot for Mater Dei.
That was a missed shot. You had Reggie McFerrin, Damian Willis, and Tommy Davis still in the backcourt on the play. They've got to hustle back on defense.
McFerrin gets it down.
He's starting to heat up.
He's got 8. Simon with a mismatch guarded by Tommy Davis at 5'9". And Shea Cotton from the top of the key. Good rebound by Cotton. Miles Simon bringing it down 3-on-2. Great defensive play by Tommy Davis, saving a basket. 3-on-2 the other way. Spin move to Chris. No! Parrish with the rebound, slows it down. 2:22 to go in the third quarter. Crenshaw up by a point, 54-53.
Crenshaw still in their man-to-man defense, but this unit out here is tired. It's been a lot of intense basketball defensively going on.
Travis Reed comes out and swings down. Cardinal sin from a defensive standpoint, picks up the foul. Miles Simon will go to the free throw line for a pair.
And you said it, Keith, swings down. He had him in a bad weight right here. Good position on defense, and just when he extended the arm downward was why he got the foul called against him. If he just would have held his hands up, it'd have been a missed shot in Crenshaw's possession.
Kevin Augustine coming in for Mater Dei. Team fouls heavily in Mater Dei's favor. 7 for Crenshaw. That puts Mater Dei in the penalty situation. Mater Dei with only 1 here in the third quarter. 2:03 to play.
And under normal circumstances, you look at that disparity and say, what's happening out there? But Crenshaw is very aggressive defensively, and a lot of those 7 fouls in the second half have not been smart fouls.
Last year in the final game, Mater Dei attempted 31 free throws and made 24. As you talk about the aggressive defensive play of Crenshaw, Crenshaw was 13 of 18 in the free throw. Substitution. Josh Porter comes into the game. Comes in for Shea Cotton.
Garrett McKnight feels like he's dodged a bullet so far. His freshman star has, I think, still 3 fouls at this point. Does not want him to pick up that 4th one.
Mater Dei up by a point. Leon Watson in heavy traffic tried to force the shot and got bailed out. Looked like Porter picked up the foul. Porter and Jackson were both there. It was Porter. Gary McKnight didn't like the call. Sends his son Clay McKnight into the ball game. Miles Simon will get a rest. Miles, a CIF Player of the Year last year, is already committed to go to the University of Arizona. Lee Olson was over to watch him play in their semifinal game the other night. And McFerrin had that ball blocked.
Yeah, I think he just lost the handle of that, Keith. It wasn't blocked. He caught it, didn't really have it securely in his hand before he shot it, and still tried to kind of put it up there, come up the air ball.
That happens to those shooters.
They don't care.
Well, it doesn't matter. Kevin Augustine bringing it down in a hurry and backs it out.
Another case of over-dribbling. The freshman has got to learn to give it up. Did a good job, made a smart decision, didn't force a shot or a pass on the break. When he brought it back out, though, tried to go through his legs for no reason at all. Wound up dribbling it off his knee out of bounds.
And that's 15 for Mater Dei, 8 for Crenshaw. Crenshaw's defense has a tendency to cause that problem to every team they play. That intense pressure continues throughout the game. Tommy Davis again from outside. And we've got ball out of bounds. Mater Dei will inbound it. Darren Height as Willie West looks on.
Yeah, even though Tommy Davis knocked down a 3-pointer in the first half, Mater Dei will give him that shot as opposed to giving up inside to Tremaine Folks. They've got 3 players surrounding Folks, so that outside jumper is going to be there.
Good look. Porter's got it 2-on-1 that backs it out.
Coach McKnight said you have to attack and score in a situation like that.
Porter can shoot it.
There's the score.
He's got a lot of confidence in that left-handed shot. Doesn't get to play a lot of minutes as McFerrin puts it up again. And it looks like the foul was called on the rebound attempt by Josh Porter.
Yeah, that was a break from Mater Dei because Damian Willis was right there for the putback, but Porter was called for aggressively blocking out Leon Watson. As you can see, the grabbing of the uniform as Damian Willis, number 22, does a good job of following the missed shot, but all for naught.
Doesn't count. Josh Porter picks up his 3rd personal foul. Reggie McFerrin will inbound the ball.
Well, that's his job, Keith. He needs to waste all 5 of his fouls. He's in there to play physical basketball. You don't mind if he fouls out of a basketball game.
To give the Mater Dei guys a little break inside. Tremaine Folks not getting it. Leon Watson fouled on the attempt. He'll go to the free throw line for 2.
The Crenshaw big men doing a good job on that possession of attacking the glass. Tremaine Folks, Leon Watson, Reggie McFerrin.
Shea Cotton coming back in the game. Josh Porter did a real nice job. Cotton was 16 points, 6 out of 11 from the floor. These are 2 big free throws for Leon Watson as Crenshaw trails Mater Dei by 4, 58-54 with 48.7 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter.
You see this scar on the arm, the right arm of Leon Watson when he shoots the free throw. He played in the tournament out of Thousand Oaks High School. A shot was missed. He went up for the tip dunk, and the rim came down on him. The glass, the backboard before it came down and cut his arm. He had about 20 stitches in there, had to sit out about a month and a half, but he's fine now. But just an awesome play, Keith. I was there to witness it.
Were you really?
I've never seen that before in person.
Well, Willie West said it was an awesome cut on his arm. Miles comes up short on his three-point attempt. Now we've got another opportunity as Gary McKnight, coach of the Mater Dei Monarchs, looks up at the clock. 36 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Will they go for the last shot this time? No way. Beautiful pass from Tommy Davis. Tremaine Folks.
Well, I don't have to buy that dinner.
You were waiting, weren't you? Sean Jackson to the basket. Tommy Davis with 17 seconds remaining. Ball was kicked by Darren Height. Crenshaw will inbound. A little over 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Mater Dei leading by 2, 60 to 58. You can see down in the right hand that much time remaining in the third quarter. McFerrin, he'll put it up. Misses everything. And that's the end of the third quarter. Mater Dei came out and had a terrific third quarter. They take the lead 60 to 52 over Crenshaw. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a minute. This Southern California CIF Boys Championship final game. As we look at the stats here at the end of 3, Marcus.
Mater Dei doing a good job. 50%, 56% from the field, and a lot of those are second shots and layups inside, and some nice outside shooting. Crenshaw 39%. 3-point shooting. Crenshaw 4 of 19. They need to start getting the ball inside. The turnovers, Mater Dei has a lot more than Crenshaw, but you wouldn't know it by the score.
So we're ready to go here in the third. Crenshaw out on the floor. Chris Johnson, Tommy Davis, Tremaine Folks, Ronnie Arch, and Reggie McFerrin for Mater Dei. Darren Height, Clay McKnight in the backcourt. Shea Cotton, Sean Jackson, and Miles Simon. 7:51 here remaining in this ball game. Mater Dei with a 2-point lead, 60 to 58. Folks intercepting that pass, attempted to Cotton. Tommy Davis gets it down the floor in a hurry. Taking a little bit of time, looking inside. There's the big guy inside, Marcus.
Tremaine Folks spins off the defense. Nice pass inside. He's got to be careful, though. Kind of hung on the rim on that play. Doesn't want a technical.
It's a dangerous play. He's got 12 points now. Chris Johnson coming up with the foul as Sean Jackson handles that ball. He's a big guy, 6'5". You wouldn't expect to see him handling that ball outside that last time.
I watched the hang on the rim, though. You got to be careful of that. They were really calling that play keep closer in high school basketball at the start of the season. They backed off somewhat, but, you know, again, you'd hate to have the game decided on a technical for just hanging on the rim. John Jackson fouled on the floor by Chris Johnson. Now it's one foul by Chris. He's at half court. No need to foul him.
Pair of Crenshaw players going after that ball and knocked out of bounds. Crenshaw will inbound the ball. Tremaine Folks gives it to Tommy Davis. 7:15 to go in the ball game. We are tied at 60.
Mater Dei sitting back in the 2-3 zone. They know Crenshaw struggling from the perimeter. We're going to make them make some jump shots.
And they want to go inside. Crenshaw does. Folks off the glass, couldn't get the rebound. Clay McKnight comes up with it. Simon couldn't make up his mind to shoot that ball from out there or take it to the baseline. That's the 17th turnover for Mater Dei as opposed to 8 for Crenshaw. Gary McKnight didn't like it one bit. Opportunity for Mater Dei to take the lead. Simon, the best offensive player, had that ball on the outside. Folks comes up with it. The arch inside the Folks where he does his best work. And a big rebound by Shea Cotton.
Yeah, Tremaine is having some problems inside. He's changing his shot in the air. He jumped so high, nobody's really going to get there and block it, but he's doing a lot of double pumping and just can't get a good look at the basket.
Shea Cotton with the dribble behind his back, and the big rebound by Folks. Ronnie Arch And Chris Johnson with the offensive rebound and putback.
Crenshaw just keeps firing away from long range. Fortunately for the Cougars, that time Chris was there for the putback, but that's an early shot from way out in this situation.
Chris has got 21 points. Tommy Davis that time ran into a big screen by Sean Jackson, and it looked like the flopperoo to me.
Well, Tommy, they call him Tank because he's like a little fire hydrant. You see the arm extended, just catches Jackson under the chin with an elbow. Good call by the official right on top of the play. You can't be over-aggressive in this situation, especially with Mater Dei in the 1-and-1.
Even so, Marcus, Sean Jackson, 6'5", 210 or 15 pounds. I don't think he'd go to the floor off
not at all.
Shot like that.
But I don't think it was the foul was based on him going to the floor, but that extension of the arm by Tommy Davis.
That's true.
The replay caught him right under the chin. If he wouldn't have extended that arm, the referee wouldn't have bought the fake.
Good point. Free throw is good. 15 out of 19 Mater Dei. Chris Johnson with that shot at the free throw line. He's got 23.
He can knock that jumper down, him and Tommy Davis. He and Tommy Davis read each other well in that type of play.
Just barely getting that ball in before the 5 count. Knight brings it up the floor. 5:37 to play in the ball game. Darren Height takes the ball to the basket. Good move. Shoots it with the left hand and just misses. And Shea Cotton is on Chris Johnson. A little bit of pushing between the two players. Darren Height took that ball down the lane, made a terrific move, and with the left hand, the offhand, let that ball go too soon.
Yeah, just couldn't get him to fall, and he just flats on the floor. You see 44. Nice change of hands in the air by Darren Height. And there Chris and Shea get tangled up. And, you know, just two guys having a good time on the basketball court.
Two physical players.
Two physical
bumping
guys.
and rocking and knocking each other. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Chris Johnson with 23 points and 9 rebounds, leading the way for Crenshaw. Back at the pond, the score is Crenshaw 64, Mater Dei 62 with 5:31 remaining in the ballgame.
Here we go. We're going to separate the boys from the older boys, I guess you could say. Not really men yet.
But this last 5.5 minutes of this ball game, now every possession becomes so important. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to convert when the shots are there.
Will Crenshaw continue to put it up at their frenetic pace, Marcus?
Probably. If it's a Benjamin McFerrin, Ronnie Arch.
Look, I guess they will. Ronnie Arch. McFerrin gets the rebound. Flying hook shot. Chris Johnson in traffic. He's fouled. And he didn't like the foul by Darren Height.
Now, they're old pals. I tell you, they played together 9th and 10th grade, and they really got along well then, and he's not going to be upset at Darren just because he's playing a little aggressive.
This is the offensive rebound that Chris comes up with, and Height was holding on, and then Chris holds him up before he hit the ground. Mike Parrish comes in, replacing Darren Height.
Talk about each possession now. These free throws with a 2-point lead 5 minutes ago, they become big shots for Chris.
Chris has 23 points standing. Make that 24. Four out of 5 from the free throw line. 23 points and 10 rebounds. Oh, folks had that one, and Arch knocked it away from him. Simon slows it down. Mater Dei is going to get a good shot. I'm sure that's what Gary McKnight told them during that last timeout. Every time they come down, as you said, Marcus, every possession is really important at this stage of the game. Parrish. The glass. Sean Jackson with a big rebound. Puts it back.
Sean Jackson's playing a great basketball game this evening. He's got 15 points so far, but has scored every time Crenshaw seemingly making a run. Sean Jackson comes up with a big hoop.
4:40 to play. Crenshaw with a 1-point lead, 65-64. Crenshaw holding that ball up on the outside, passing it around the horn.
Take the air out of the basketball. Mater Dei content to sit back in the zone. Crenshaw's going to make them come out and extend their defense. Chess match, the Masters.
Gary McKnight, Mater Dei coach, looks on, and no indication that he's going to bring his defense out. Just let him stand. 1 point. Crenshaw lead as Gary McKnight looks on. And the fans, the Crenshaw fans cheering their team on. And the Mater Dei fans booing. Then McKnight comes out a little bit to put a little pressure on. And the count starts. At that 5-second count. Bring it out again.
Now they're going to go into their offense.
On the arch. And Tremaine Folks with the putback. No good.
I don't understand why that basket would not be good. It looked like he was fouled on the tip in. Let's take a look at the play. You can't really see the action underneath. There's Tremaine Folks doing a good job of getting up high for the tip in.
Well, it was clearly the foul was called on that play. Shea Cotton picked up the foul. That's his 4th. But it was in that play, Marcus.
Yeah, it was a push in the back. Shea Cotton pushed him in the back before the jump by Folks, and that was a good call by the official right on top of the play. And again, I'm saying good call so much by the official tonight. I can't believe it.
Amazing. Amazing.
Ernest Kelly.
Folks, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. Crenshaw now 12 out of 15. Tremaine Folks with 13 points tonight.
And last year's scorekeeper 63-61. We're not too far removed from that right now.
Ronnie Arch, nice job on the miss of the free throw, putting it back in. Crenshaw 68, Mater Dei 64. Sean Jackson brings it down. Miles Simon with the long shot. Sean Jackson once again inside, doing a great job inside against the big Crenshaw players.
He just has the knack of getting inside position on rebounds, and maybe it's because he's not getting blocked out. But here Miles Simon spots up for a long 3-point shot. Looked like the ball was going to go over the backboard, but there's Jackson right in there for the rebound and draws the foul.
Tremaine Folks picks up his 3rd personal. He's got 3. Tommy Davis has 3, and Ronnie Arch has 4 for Crenshaw. Shea Cotton has 4 for Mater Dei. And 3 for Josh Porter. Sean Jackson gets his 19th point. And we've got a timeout by Mater Dei. As we've got 3:14 to play here in the 4th quarter. Crenshaw and Mater Dei 68-66. Crenshaw leads. We'll be right back. Crenshaw leading Mater Dei by 2 points, 68-66. We've got 3:14 remaining in this ball game.
It'll be interesting to see if Gary McKnight goes into any type of gimmick type of defense. Last year, he had a lot of success with the 1-3-1 3-quarter court trap. They got about 4 or 5 turnovers in a row, got themselves back in the ball game. Or if he continues to be content to sit back in that zone and let Crenshaw waste some time off the clock, being very deliberate offensively.
Got a couple of players in the ball game with 4 personals. As Gary McKnight looks on, Ronnie Arch for Crenshaw's got 4, and Shea Cotton for Mater Dei with 4. Tommy Davis bringing it down, holding it out on the top. Mater Dei comes out. Clay McKnight comes out to pick up Davis. Guarded by, he throws it away right to Miles Simon. Takes it down on Tommy Davis with a great spin move. Misses the shot. That was a big play. Tommy Davis brings it back out. Could be a 4-point swing on that play. Miles Simon had that ball all the way to the basket, Marcus.
Yes, he did. Miles would usually make that shot, but I think he lost his equilibrium after he made the spin. Just didn't have his balance.
Got to foul Mike Parrish as Folks came across the lane. Last time that McLaren threw that ball away, it looks like they're trying to go inside to the big guys, Chris Johnson or Tremaine Folks.
Yeah, they've got Chris setting a cross screen across the key for Tremaine Folks. He's coming hard to the block. And at that time, Reggie McLaren was able to deliver the pass inside. Tremaine drew the foul.
Tremaine's been shooting free throws well tonight. He's 5 out of 6 right now. Comes up short on that one. And Ronnie Arch once again. And he misses. And it looks like Chris Johnson got that foul. And he's got a couple of words for Shea Cotton. Or did they call it on Shea?
Called that. Oh, no, they didn't. They're saying Chris Johnson, but the referee is standing down here by the free throw line with Chris.
Everybody, if that's the call on Shea Cotton, he's out of the ball game. The officials are going over to straighten this out.
It is on 4. It's on Shea Cotton.
Shea's out of the game.
That's gonna hurt Mater Dei, and I mean, this is my son and everything, but
Gary McKnight can't believe it. He can't believe that call.
I'm with Gary. Susan, can we see that again? I just couldn't wait to say that, Keith. I hear chicks say it all the time.
I'll buy you dinner tonight, Marcus.
Okay, there's a push by Shea Cotton. Shea Cotton with the push when the ball was still playing around the rim. Excellent call by the official, Bobby Polk, right on top of the play. Thanks, Susan.
The official at the end of that play, Shea Cotton, can't believe that foul was called.
Well, again, you get into physics. Can Shea Cotton out-muscle Chris inside with a little push? And, you know, I've taught Chris playing basketball and also acting as well.
That's right.
You know, you play the game, Keith. A lot of it is making the officials mind up for him.
Using the body well out there, and Chris certainly does that. Shea Cotton can't believe that call was made. Chris Johnson is 4 out of 6 from the free throw line this evening. He got 24 points.
Big one-on-one situation, but one of the keys to this game that Coach West talked about was no heroes. Now with Shea Cotton out of the game, who is going to step up for Mater Dei down the stretch?
Miles Simon would appear to be the man.
Or Sean Jackson. He's played a terrific game inside. He's kind of the unsung hero tonight for this Mater Dei team.
Sure is. Chris Johnson, but the second is short. Parrish with a big rebound inside in front of Tremaine Folks. Clay McKnight coming down, 2:18 to play. Crenshaw 69, Mater Dei 66. Porter can shoot it from out there. Takes it along the baseline, comes up short. Ronnie Arch with a big rebound. Crenshaw slows it down. 2:02 to play here in the fourth quarter. CIF Southern California Basketball Championship on the line. Crenshaw and Mater Dei, second year in a row they're in the finals of this tournament. Crenshaw won it by 2 points last year on a basket by Chris Johnson right at the end of the game.
The referee's count is on. You got to get rid of it. He's going to get a 5-second count.
Yeah,
there it is. The ref is out there steadily counting with his arm. 1,001, 1,002. Tommy Davis has got to be aware of that.
This is a huge possession for Mater Dei. Miles Simon brings it down on Tommy Davis. Takes it almost to the basket. Picked off by Chris Johnson. Great defensive play, and Mater Dei comes up with a steal. McKnight for 3, no good.
We got a illegal pick call on Karras. And there's that acting job again. And that was a big play. Might be the play of the basketball game if Crenshaw does win this game, because that was nothing but net. That would have tied it up.
That shot counted. It went, I mean. Gary McKnight can't stand that call.
He's as red as that sweater right there.
Watch Chris Johnson get up off the floor as the ball swings over to the side. Your call, Marcus.
Well, he kind of spun off the pick. He tried to get out on the pick. Again, I thought it was a question of Chris helping the ref make up his mind, kind of went through some theatrics. Let's watch the bottom right side of the screen as here's a pass to Simon, passes over to 22, and Crenshaw got a break.
That looked like a little bit of Bob Hope in that play by Chris Johnson. Gary McKnight still can't believe that call was made. Chris Johnson 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. He's got 26 points, 1:21 to play. Misses the second. Tremaine Folks with a huge offensive rebound. Crenshaw with a 4-point lead, 70-66. 1:14 to go.
Now you got to play keep away, be smart. You got to make free throws. They've got to foul you.
And they get the steal. Clay McKnight. Porter can shoot it. Blocked by Chris Johnson. He's been everywhere.
55 seconds. Mater Dei down by 4 points. I would think Gary McKnight might want to call a timeout in a situation like this, just to talk it over, see what he wants to do, settle his team down a bit. Tough situation they're in right now.
He's still yelling at the officials. Miles Simon. Inside, Sean Jackson's been big all night. Good fake, and Reggie McFerrin from behind. Tremaine Folks was upset with Reggie McFerrin for coming over. Folks was telling him that he had the defensive stop.
Said I had him right where I wanted. There is good defensive position. Tremaine off his feet. And there's Reggie. Looked like he got a lot of basketball on the play, but anytime you make a swipe like that, the officials are going to give it to the offensive player. They got a lot of risk, too. We can see it on that second replay.
And this is no time for Crenshaw to be complaining about the calls.
Yeah, they got away with murder on that three-pointer that was nullified. Big miss by Sean Jackson.
Jackson comes up short. He's 7 out of 10 from the free throw line.
Now it's ice to shooter time. Coach West calls a timeout. Make Sean Jackson think about it.
So as Sean Jackson goes to the bench to think about this second free throw, Crenshaw leads 70-66. We'll be right back. We've got 48 and 4/10 seconds remaining in this ball game. Gary McKnight, that whole timeout, was trying to stare down both the officials. He can't believe a couple of the calls that he's seen here late in the fourth quarter. Leading scorers in the ball game for Mater Dei, Sean Jackson has had a big game, 19 points and 5 rebounds, and Chris Jackson a bigger game. Chris Johnson.
Thank you, dude.
26 points and 10 rebounds. This is Sean Jackson. Second free throw. And he misses, and another rebound for Chris Johnson. What a ball game. You guys must have had quite a talk over breakfast this morning, Marcus.
Just give me that pancake. No, I want it. No, I want it. But no, Chris is playing a great basketball game, playing really inspired basketball. Now, Coach West, it's interesting. Coach West is telling Chris, don't taunt their bench. As he ran by the Mater Dei bench, he kind of laughed and smiled. He's got to focus in on what he needs to do, and that's knock down these 2 free throws.
Absolutely. A lot of time left in this ball game.
A lot of time, especially those of us who witnessed the Mater Dei game on tape, as I did last year.
46.5 seconds to play. Coach Willie West still talking to his team out on the floor. Their rolled-up program.
I wonder where he got that from, a rolled-up program. What do you think, Phil?
Your old college coach, huh?
And yours also.
That's right. The Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden. Coach Wooden probably looking on with interest tonight, as Chris Johnson is going to be going to UCLA next year.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier today. He was definitely going to watch it. I told him he had 2 Bruins former players of his doing the announcing. He said he wouldn't miss it for the world. So a hello to Coach John Wooden out there.
Chris Johnson, 6 out of 10 from the free throw line. 26 points in the ball game. 46.5 seconds to play. Crenshaw leading Mater Dei by 4, 70-66. He gets the first one.
Mater Dei fans say lucky bounce. Daddy says shooter's roll.
Willie West says I second. The second Pop's call.
But he's had trouble knocking down the second free throws. He's missed about 3 second free throws in this game.
And again. Almost. Offensive rebound, Miles Simon. Reggie McFerrin with the good hands, deflecting the ball out of bounds. We're down to 37 and 9/10 seconds remaining in this ball game.
5-point lead, though, with the short three-pointer is nothing. A quick 3 and a turnover. Tremaine Folks is running Jackson inside. He better watch for the lob. Nice trap in the corner by Reggie McFerrin, Ronnie Arch, and Clay McKnight hemmed in. He throws the ball off Arch's leg for the turnover.
Miles Simon one-on-one with Tommy Davis. Uses the screen. Here's Porter. He can shoot it from out there. Folks with the rebound, and they've got to foul him. Sean Jackson and Josh Porter right there. Folks has been big on the boards tonight, Marcus.
He has. He's always a tremendous force inside. Hasn't knocked down the shots as he usually does, but Tremaine always finds a way to help his team win. And Coach West is going to do something. He's going to pull off 4 guys back off the free throw line. These are big free throws. If Tremaine can knock these down, he can pretty much ice this game.
Tremaine's 5 out of 7 from the free throw line tonight. He's got 7 rebounds to go along with his 13 points. And he misses. 23 seconds to go. Miles Simon surveying the floor. They've got to get 5 points in a hurry. That ball was deflected and stolen. Tommy Davis. And he lobs it up for Folks. And not taking care of the ball. Looks like it's going to go to Mater Dei.
And see, that play just irks me to no end, Keith. You're in a championship situation. You don't have a 20-point lead. You got a 5-point lead. You get the easy 2. He's trying to go for the spectacular lob. Tremaine can't handle it. The ball goes off his hand.
He made a tremendous defensive play. Willie West can't believe that play either, as Clay McKnight was hit a couple of times. Knocked to the floor.
See, this game is not over. It's 5 points. We've got just under 10 seconds left. You know, a made free throw here, a miss, and a 3-pointer. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game, and then Mater Dei can foul and do some things. So, I mean, Crenshaw, they should have scored on that last possession. It was a great steal by Tommy Davis. He just should have finished the play instead of going for the oohs and the ahs.
Crenshaw could have iced this game. The 2 free throws that they had, the one-on-one that were missed, and then the fancy Dan play. And Willie West can't believe what he sees as the lead is still 71-66. Crenshaw over Mater Dei. They'll be right back. Crenshaw is leading Mater Dei by 5 points, 71-66. Gary McKnight, the Mater Dei coach, he's still staring the officials down. That last timeout, Marcus, he wasn't even in the huddle. He was looking at the officials the whole time.
Yeah, you take the NC off his name. He did the Bobby Knight thing. I think he thinks they're related. The red sweater, the stare, the glare. But he has good reason to be. But his players haven't played up to par either. Mater Dei 6 points in the 4th quarter, all by Sean Jackson. They are 1 for 10 from the field in the 4th quarter.
They're hanging in there. There's still time. If McKnight makes this second free throw, they cut the lead to 3. 9.6 seconds to play.
You need a good box out here if you're Crenshaw.
Missed. Folks with the rebound. Gets it over to Tommy Davis. Long pass. Ronnie Arch. Out to Chris Johnson. Just hold it up. That's it. Crenshaw beats Mater Dei 71-67. In the finals of the CIF Southern California Boys High School Basketball Championships. Willie West does it again.
Principal Yvonne Noble congratulates Coach West, athletic director Ben Roche. West just seems to have some kind of power over Gary McKnight and Mater Dei, but this is a fine Mater Dei basketball team. They have nothing to hang their heads about.
So Crenshaw does it. 71-67. We'll be back with the trophy presentation in just a minute. In Anaheim, Crenshaw ends up victorious over Mater Dei 71-67. Now let's go to Jack Roberts for the presentation of runner-up and winners awards.
Ladies and gentlemen, the CIF congratulates all participants in the CIF Southern Regional Basketball Championships. We now direct your attention to center court for the presentation of awards. Presenting our awards tonight to the student athletes is the past president of the state CIF, Dr. Robert Packer. Assisting him will be our state CIF commissioner, Mr. Tom Burns. Will Coach Gary McKnight and his team captains come forward and accept the runner-up trophy, please. Congratulations to Coach McKnight and his team on a very, very fine season. And now presenting the Crenshaw High School Cougars, our Southern California Regional Champions, number 10, Joel Hastings. Number 12, Dexter Cole. Number 14, Keith Davis. Number 21, Jamal Gay. Number 22, Damian Willis. Number 23, Monzra Williams. Number 25, Raymond Palmer. Number 31, Tyson Gill. Number 32, Travis Reed. Number 42, Leon Watson. Number 5, Tommy Davis. Number 11, Reggie McFerrin. Number 24, Tremaine Close. Number 30, Ronnie Arch. And number 54, Tristan Johnson. And the head coach of the Crenshaw Cougars, Mr. Willie West. Congratulations to Coach West and his Crenshaw Cougars. They will represent Southern California in the state tournament next weekend in Oakland. Ladies and gentlemen, the CIF thanks you for your support and your attendance this evening. Have a safe drive home. Good evening.
So that's the finals of the Southern Regional Basketball Championships. Crenshaw beats Mater Dei 71-67. We'll be right back with more. We're back at the Pond in Anaheim. Crenshaw has defeated Mater Dei tonight 71-67. Let's go back to late in the fourth quarter and take a look at the Gatorade play of the game. With Crenshaw leading by 3 points, a missed shot. Chris Johnson comes up with a rebound underneath the basket. He starts to take that ball out. Josh Porter knocks the ball away. Mike Karish comes up with the ball. Look at Clay McKnight going over to the right. Miles Simon throws the ball to McKnight. He's going to shoot a three-point shot, and you see Mike Karish and Chris Johnson have a little confrontation. The Mater Dei bench thinks the shot is good. It would have tied the ball game, and then the official made the call, called an illegal screen on Mike Karish, that negating the shot. Crenshaw kept the three-point lead and ended up winning the ball game. Marcus Johnson is standing by now with the player of the game, somebody he knows real well, his son Chris.
Hey, who is this guy right here? Congratulations, first of all, on an outstanding victory. Now, did you flop on that play or what?
A little bit of flop. I mean, it's something you showed me to do, you know what I'm saying, when it gets contact like that. So, you know, flopped a little bit.
That's right, blame it on Dad. Now, Mater Dei, a very fine basketball team, 2 tough championship games in a row. You got to have a lot of respect for them.
I mean, definitely. They executed their offense. They pressured us defensively, and it was a real close game. And so, I mean, I gave a lot of respect to Mater Dei.
Now, you had a little chat with a pretty famous coach this morning. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, my dad told me it was the phone. I got on the phone, and then I said, and the guy on the phone was Coach John Wooden, and I was just like in awe for about 5 minutes straight, because he told me, you know, go out and have a good game, and he was wishing me luck and looking forward to seeing me at UCLA, and that kind of inspired me a whole lot, because, I mean, coming from the greatest coach of all time, I mean, that was big time.
Now, Chris, that double spin move that you made, is that Jason Kidd, or where'd you get that from? I've never seen you do that before.
Yeah, I seen Jay Kidd do it in a game earlier this year against Kansas, but it was just kind of like an instinct type of thing. I mean, Miles came at me, so I had to spin off him, and then somebody else was there, so I had to respin, and I just went up and shot the little jumper.
Now, I thought a big key for you tonight was staying out of foul trouble. You had 1 foul at halftime and just did a really good job of not getting in foul trouble. You've had a problem with that in the first couple of playoff games.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Coach West told me, you know, 1 foul a quarter, you know, try to keep it at that, and you told me that also. But so I just try to stay out of foul trouble because I know it's important for me to be in the game for us to win.
All right, well, congratulations to Chris Johnson. We're going to take a look here at just a fine move inside as you take it to the basket. Just an outstanding job. You got a couple of your teammates over here off camera giving us a hard time, but so now, how's it feel going back to Oakland for the 2nd year in a row?
I mean, it feels real good. I mean, this is what we were from the beginning of the year. This is like the icing on the cake. All we have to do is win it, and it'll be the icing on the cake. You know, we're very excited about going to Oakland. We just have 1 more game to play, and if we win that, then, hey, you know, we're going to do what we set out to accomplish at the beginning of the season.
Well, congratulations again to you. You know, it's sweet for everybody. Congratulations to the Crenshaw Cougars and Willie West. Keith, we're going to send it back to you. The Cougars are going to Oakland.
Like father, like son. Chris Johnson, 27 points and 11 rebounds. We'll be back in just a minute with more. 1-67. And Marcus, that was a pretty nice interview, a nice opportunity you had to talk to your son. You don't get a chance to talk to him too much, huh?
Not on television. No, that was fun. It was a great ball game. Mater Dei played a terrific game. Got a couple of bad breaks at the end there, but they have nothing to be ashamed of.
No, they don't. They played well. Willie West and his Crenshaw Cougars played very well. It's unfortunate that Gary McKnight is not too happy with the officiating here at the end of the ball game.
He's not, but again, his team scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. They were 1 for 10. They kind of shot themselves in the foot. That's something else to think about outside of that bad call.
Absolutely. And one of the things we talked about was that they had to stay out of foul trouble, and they had a problem with that tonight with Shea Cotton fouling out. Jeff Porter did a nice job coming in at the end of the ball game with that steal against Chris on that big play at that ball game.
It was indeed a big play, but anytime you lose a terrific talent like a Shea Cotton, it's going to hurt you, especially down the stretch. You need him in there when it gets down to the clutch time like that.
Let's take a look at the team's stats for the ball game tonight here.
As you can see, Crenshaw shot 37%, 45% from Mater Dei. Free throws just about even. Crenshaw had the edge in rebounding, and Mater Dei with 20 turnovers, Crenshaw 13.
And that's the way it ends here tonight at the Pond in Anaheim. Crenshaw comes away with the victory. They beat Mater Dei 71-67. Marcus, it was great working with you tonight. Thanks for being with me.
Let's do this again.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
All right.
Come back next time. And Chris is gone, but Marcus will be back. Once again, the final score here at the Pond in Anaheim. Crenshaw 70. By Mountain Dew.